It was Christmas 2012, and I was in Estonia, where I'm actually originally from. And I was in a shopping mall together with my girlfriend and doing some Christmas shopping. And at the same time, we saw there was a Santa Claus sitting there ready to receive all the children and so on. And as this Santa Claus was there, I think he was like passing on the hall there. I was actually stopping him and just whispering and asking him, so tell me, can I ask also or order a man? And he was like laughing and saying, of course you can. So, it's Christmas. I'm Santa. So it's like, okay, so wait here. I'm going to go and make you a list so you know who to bring to me. And that's what I did. I went to a cafe with my friend and sat down and wrote that list for 2 hours to be sure that, Santa knows who to bring to me. And till that moment, I had traveled basically 14 years and 12 years by that time. And also, I had had so many relationships going into one, and they didn't last long. And whatever I did, nothing really worked. So I was about to give up, but I was like, okay, I'll do this final thing to give a last chance. And that's what I did. So as my thing was ready, my list, I ran down to the Santa Claus so excited, like a little kid, Santa is going to get my order and it's going to deliver. And Santa was gone. And then I was like, okay, so now what? But I believe that Santa is a very magical being. Then one thing you already write down, it's an intention, and he magically can also get that message anyway. So I was just like, okay, I'll just go on about my life. And that was the time when I traveled back pretty soon also to Mexico. And that time I decided to go for basically one-way ticket and trust that things will turn out. And then 1.5 years later, I was in a cultural center, and by that time, I had completely given up to find my king, who I call, or the man I ordered, because it just seemed impossible. And I had traveled to 30 countries, and I was like, okay, this man doesn't exist. It's fine. I'm going to just be happy doing my work, which really, self realizes me, and I can help people, and that's good. So I'm fine. And then I was staying with some friends, and wasn't even supposed to be there because I just had finished a very complicated and weird cooperation project with one multimillionaire in Mexico. So I was like done to do anything with men, whether it was business or relationship or anything. I was just so done. So I just gave myself a little time to recover and figure out what's next and how I can reset my life and myself. And I was staying with my friends who were kind enough to offer me their roof and board. And it was a very special place. It's actually in West Mexico, close to Puerto Vallarta. And it was a time where it was very hard to find really good, reasonable rentals because by the end of November, most of the good places are gone. And many of the, people who come to the south for their winter time are taken the best places. So I was in a search to find a new place, but at the same time figuring things out. And then I just took care of me, went to the ocean, took care of all the body, mind, spirit levels to heal myself fully. And then one day, there is a man there who I was introduced to, and that was around Christmas time, 2014. And we started to talk, and he's like, okay, I'm here just, working on my boat and just visiting some friends and so on. I was like, wow, so exciting. So it came out that he actually was also in a very difficult and challenging moment where, he had found out that his wife for 23 years had been unfaithful, and he just figured it out. So So he was really broken to get that information. So suddenly, as a shock, came to Mexico to just clear his head and figure things out. And while in this cultural center, he actually looked for another place to stay so that he could really, relax and meet some friends. And luckily, the friend who was staying also with us and my friends was actually staying on our floor and didn't go to that single room which was available there, so that Michael, when he came, could actually rent that room. We were introduced, we started to talk, and I said, I'm a healer as well, so maybe I can help you some way with your issues. And as he said, yes, we put together a program for almost a 2-week healing program where we went through many of the sessions which I was practicing at that time. And just to forward in this story, I started to understand, like looking back, like, oh my God, this was 2 years ago when I ordered my man, so to say, and bring a Santa Claus. And now I was in Mexico. It was Christmas time. And Santa actually delivered this man behind my door, literally behind my door. And there he was. So I thought, like, why in the heck did it take 2 years for him to deliver him? And then I realized, wow, this is because, I moved so much. Santa had trouble to figure out what my final address is, So, and secondly, it was a Mexican Santa probably when I was in Mexico. So that can be that, he had like a little mañana. So 1 year here or there doesn't matter, right? So, and then we got to really get to know each other with Michael, and we realized, like, wow, there is a meaning for us to meet. And he felt so different to me, other than all these other men I've met in my life. And I felt instantly like, wow, he can actually become my king. It took us actually quite a bit of time to figure it all out and finalize all of our, other things which needed to be finished before we could start our story. But what I want to say with this memory is that, it is really a very magical time. So if you wish something and ask from the Santa, it can actually magically also happen, because you have set out intention, and intentions are magical. They will bring you even a man if you ask for it. So there I was in a Mexican fishing village, and I met my dream king, and he came in not on a white horse, but on a white sailboat. And today we are married. We got married actually in Hawaii. We lived in Hawaii for some years. Then we moved to San Diego, and right now we are in Texas, and next year we'll move to Florida. So I'm fully living my fairy tale and doing it on so many levels and ways. And if this story really inspired you, please share your Christmas miracle or Christmas memory below this post and below this video. If this really inspired you, and you know other people who would really like to also maybe attract the love of their life, then please share this video. And if you want to know more of my magic and how I live my dream, happy in my body, mind, and spirit, please reach out to me. And in the beginning of January, lots of amazing new opportunities are coming to have fun with me. So lots of aloha from here, and enjoy this magical Christmas time. With all the best, Krista Rao from Texas. Mahalo.